Welcome back to another episode of the Fifth Quarter Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, the Bluff City Cowboy, coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. And we are continuing our NFL draft coverage of the 2026 NFL Draft. And tonight we got some special guests joining us. We got the guys over from Frankly Football. We're going to do our first mock draft of the season at the Fifth Quarter Podcast. Thank you guys for joining me tonight.
Man, thanks for having us, Bluff, man. It's always a pleasure to kick it with you. How many of these do you usually do? How many mock drafts do you do?
Two. I do this. Every year I do this, and then next week I do my actual, like, the computer simulates, and then I pick whatever. I don't like mock drafts, honestly.
Yeah. Tell me why.
90%, 99% of them aren't realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I hate most about mock drafts is when people do a ton of mock drafts,
right,
and the computer simulates the same 2 or 3 people to you.
Gotcha.
People assume like that's got to be the best person at that spot.
Yeah.
And
okay.
If the team doesn't take that player, then people think, oh, the guy that we picked is garbage, because I've been doing mock drafts for 4 months, and every mock draft I do tells me that Cassius Howell is the pick at 12.
Gotcha.
Cassius Howell goes 27, and now I'm like, what are we thinking?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You get emotionally invested.
Exactly.
You know? So we try to do one official one on the channel each year. Man, I've only done one other one this entire off season. I do not try to get caught up in it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, the emotional part gets us all, because we all think they would think like we're thinking, and we're not thinking the way the team is thinking.
At all.
It just drives us crazy. It drives us absolutely crazy.
So yeah, see, we got a lot of views coming in, so thank you guys for joining. Let me knock out some housekeeping first, then we'll get to it. All right, guys, thank you for watching. As you know, we are fueled by Fifth Quarter Nation. So get in those comments. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from, how long you've been a Cowboys fan. You got any questions, any comments about the topic tonight, feel free to hit the chat. You know I'm always watching. You know I'm always putting it out there. So let me know what you think about tonight's topic. Tonight, we're doing our mock draft from picks 1 to 11, leading up to the Cowboys' 12th pick. For those of you who are watching, looks like we got everybody watching from DC4L. If you're not at DC4L yet, be sure to hit Facebook up, type in DC4L, join that Facebook group. It's an interactive group. We're about 8,000 strong right now.
Wow.
It's a safe space for Cowboys fans. We have 11 admin who meticulously watch the chat, so we make sure there's no hate speech, there's no bullying. You want to talk about what's going on, you want to keep track of what's going on, come over and join us at DC4L. DC4L also has a YouTube channel, so go to YouTube, hit DC4L up. While you're over at YouTube, you can find me at Bluff City Cowboys. So if you're watching right now, let's get those likes up. Let's let those likes match those views. Right now we're at 20 viewers. We only got 1 like. Hit that like button, hit that heart, hit the thumbs down if you like. We'll take all the engagement. But we appreciate you watching, and we appreciate your engagement. So before we get into it, let the fans know who you guys are, how long you've been podcasting, and where they can find you at, and we'll do it at the end as well.
Let the people know, Chris.
Well, listen, we are Frankly Football. My name is Chris. I set it off, Chris. I was about to give you my government, but it set it off, Chris, man. And it's my man, Brandon Hart. We've been podcasting together about, I think this will be 5 years now.
Yep.
It'll be 5 years we were podcasting. We got together. We were just to the point. Brandon was doing some stuff. I saw him. I hit him. I said, "Hey, man, how you doing, man? I'm a Cowboy fans too. I've seen your podcast. Let's get together." He hit me back, and then boom, it started, man. And we've been Frankly Football for that time, man. We're on YouTube. You can find us there. You can also find us on Twitter at Frankly Football. And man, we just talk about the Cowboys and as much as the NFL as possible, man. We've been able to collaborate with a lot of people. Found you, Bluff, last year, man. Loved your work. Reached out to you, man. And we've been doing some stuff, man. We love working with you. But, man, we've been around a long time. We got a pretty good foothold in the content creator community. We know a lot of people. We do a lot of work with a lot of people, man. But we just love the Cowboys like everybody that's kicking here on the fifth quarter podcast and things of that nature.
Yes, sir.
All right, we definitely appreciate that. Before we get started, I see we got my guy Jeff in the comments. Jeff, appreciate you tuning in as always.
What's up, Jeff? Jeff.
You guys will be able to watch Jeff next week during draft coverage. So if you want to,
no doubt,
on camera, he'll be up here with me as well.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Long time follower.
You should have kicked it with us tonight. You should have came on through tonight.
Yeah, I should have got him on. I didn't think about
it. Yeah, man. Put Jeff on.
Got my guy Mendoza joining. Long time viewer. Appreciate you tuning in. Lee Hairston, as always, appreciate you joining us as well. For those of you that are watching, feel free to follow these guys' leads. Get in the comments, get in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking about what we're talking about tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. For those of you who watch the fifth quarter podcast, you know I don't like doing mock drafts. I just kind of talked about it. I think they're all unrealistic. They don't really factor in what the teams have done. It's just a generic teams need this, this, and this. So I wanted to get some guys who I know are not only knowledgeable football fans in general, but they're Cowboys fans as well. So we're going to go through the top 11 picks. I got all the depth charts up so you guys can take a look at what these teams have done so far. And from there, we're going to each make a pick, because another thing I don't like is when people do mock drafts, they try to cater it to get the person that they want
to benefit their team. Yeah,
exactly. So we're not going to do it tonight. We're going to try to be as realistic as possible.
Gotcha.
We're going to look at what these teams are doing, and then we're going to make their picks. And then at the end of it, we're going to see what's left. I think this is a good exercise to do, because I think when you have fans who really know teams, outside of just trying to speculate from people trying to drive content up, you will see that what could actually happen will be a lot different than what you're hearing about on social media.
Absolutely.
All right. So before we get into it, so how are we gonna do this? Which one of you guys want to pick first?
So we don't have to do pick one overall.
No, we're not doing pick one.
Pick one is pretty much understood. No-brainer.
Yeah, it's fairly understood that the Raiders are going to be picking Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana, first overall. Not the best player, not even a top 5 player on my board. Which, if you have gone and followed us on Frankly Football, you do have access to my board. You can view it. I've watched about 110, 115-ish players. Have them ranked by the round. So yeah, I can start it off if you want to with the Jets.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me hit up one more screen, then we'll go to it.
Absolutely. Share that.
Before we get started, I just want to put this out there. When you look at draft prospects, this is just my opinion. I feel like when teams are looking at prospects, these are kind of the main things that they use to determine who they're going to be.
Here we go.
Right. First of all, team needs.
Okay. All right.
Teams are.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, teams won't solely pick off needs, but needs are definitely going to be in the in what they use to evaluate. Number 2, position value. Certain positions carry more weight than other positions, especially if you're picking top 10. I know we're talking about Sonny Styles going high, but teams historically don't value inside linebackers as top picks. Number 3, strength of the draft. When I say strength of the draft, I mean what position is the strongest at the top.
As well as depth of that position, right?
What's that?
As well as depth of that position, right?
Exactly. That's what I mean by strength.
That's the strength. Yeah, the strength of the draft. Yeah, where it's going to go long at. Right.
Exactly. Like, for example, if nobody's talking about defensive tackle right now.
No.
So we can look at that as a position that's not going to be highly sought after in the top 11. But the reverse side of that is you got a position like linebacker where everybody's kind of going back and forth. There may be 4 or 5 linebackers in the top 50.
Right.
So if that's a strength of the draft, if there's a team picking at pick 4,
Right.
they may say, why don't I get the best position value at 4, and then because linebacker so strong, I could get the third or fourth best linebacker at pick 35, and now I got two
I
key
got two.
players
Right.
instead of saying, well, I'm going to take this linebacker, which is the last one talent level. I'm going to take this linebacker because he's extremely talented player. But then when I come back to pick 32, 33, 34, then I'm choosing from a much weaker position.
Right.
So that's just my opinion. That's what I think teams will look at. Especially
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are these levels of importance, are those in order?
No, they're not in order.
Okay, because if so, I was going to have to fight with you a little bit.
Oh no, not at all.
I generally believe that teams should draft the best players, and most of the time, you want to get a player who is higher on your board regardless. Let's say a receiver is the best player on your board by a long shot. If you're looking at picking at pick 20, and the best player on your board is let's just hypothetically say Mekhi Lemon or Jordan Tyson. Or you could go all the way down to someone like Caden Proctor, who's a more valuable position, but just generally not as good of a player as one of those guys.
Yeah.
I believe that you got to just draft the best players, man. And if that just leads to you just running 11 personnel and just lighting up the field, scoring, more points than you did last year, then so be it. You let your coaches find a place for those best players.
I think, and what B said makes sense, but I think sometimes you got to look at what you can't have a myopic mission about your board, but you have to have a biopic position about your board to look at it to the point you said, okay, this is the best position here. Let's go in this situation. Mekhi Lemon is the best guy on the board right now, but I can't stop a nosebleed at right tackle. I got to go and get with the need. I got to say what my need is being the most important thing. So it kind of varies, different things of that nature. It also depends on a lot of other different factors that we probably have to talk about on another podcast about when teams are picking these people, because that guy could be picking the guy for the next coach. It ain't for him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of factors going on. But I like all 5 of your points there. I definitely like all 5 of your points.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want to steal your thunder at the Jets. I won't say like who they should pick, but they wouldn't pick a Love because they got Breece Hall and Braylon Allen.
There you go.
We can all kind of agree.
Yeah.
Love is probably the most talented player on the board. Top 3 at worst.
Yeah,
he's my third player.
Right.
He's second, third, fourth player on most of the board. So yeah, we could definitely say that. But because you've already got a stable of running backs there, you're fine.
Yeah.
There's no big time quarterback to pick at this position. So let's look at their offensive line and see what the offensive line is looking like. Where we're looking at the tackles. What the tackles looking like.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start with Chris, you on the clock. Brandon, you on the clock. Is it Chris?
Brandon, you on the clock.
It's Brandon.
Brandon on the clock.
All right, so we looking at the Jets. So
That's right.
I got the offense pulled up. Let me know if you want me to scroll down to the defense. Anything that kind of stands out to you from what you see right here in terms of a position of need. What spots do they have? Field. Just kind of walk us through what you see. Let me know if I need to make it bigger.
Make it bigger. Make it bigger.
So while you're doing that, Bluff, I'll say this: the Jets have a great foundation to really just take the best player on the board.
Absolutely.
They have. I've called Geno Smith Mr. Perfectly Average for quite some times now. He was downright bad in Vegas last year, but in his time in Seattle, Geno Smith was like the bar. If you wanted a player who was better than Geno Smith, then you got a pretty decent quarterback. If the player was worse than Geno Smith, then you might know that there's a little bit of room for improvement. So obviously quarterback wouldn't be there. Now running back we've mentioned, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, that 1-2 punch, excellent, right? They've just traded for Adonai Mitchell in the Sauce Gardner trade, and they have him being a compliment to Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there is room to improve there. You can never have too many people to catch the pass.
Both the tackles former first round picks. I'm just looking at that now.
4 of their 5 tackles are either first or second round picks.
That's what I thought.
Only one is a third round pick. and they're all except one, I think, on the rookie contract.
That sounds right. Yeah.
So a solid foundation. Your offensive line is 45% of your offense.
Yeah.
So there's not much room that they need to address right there. So if you
defense?
could, please go down to the defense side.
Okay.
So once again, you have a very solid foundation. Joseph Osai, who's been good. Tavondre Sweat, young player. I think he's in his second or third year. Will McDonald, household name. Harrison Phillips, same as well. Now that's a guest on our show. Shaheem, that's one of my friends in real life.
Right.
How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Now, like I did say, they could always use more pass catchers. But if you want to look at A, who they brought in, and B, who would be the best player on the board,
absolutely,
I see them going Arvell Reese as first overall pick. And that's just because he is substantially better of a prospect, and Arvell Reese is the number one prospect on my board, by the way, than say Caleb Downs. Excuse me, not Caleb Downs. Carnell Tate. There we go. Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon. Those will be guys who might be like in the teens as far as on my board. So with pick number 2, I would look at Arvell Reese, linebacker / edge rusher, Ohio State.
He's he done walked all through it, because one, we did the Jets. We did a podcast on the Jets about them being this next team up. I hope Shaheem took a look at it, because we was giving them much love during that video. The Jets are right in position to do a lot of great things, and Arvell Reese is the only guy I could see them going and get.
Yeah,
they've already got everybody else in place to do what they need to do. Now they just got to let this thing cook for Coach Aaron Glenn up there, and I think this could be a year where they kind of want to position themselves for the lottery of next year with quarterbacks, or if they maybe think of taking one of these quarterbacks that we like, that's on the board later, the Nutzmeyer, a Drew Aller, or somewhere later on. But for their first pick to set this thing off and running, Arvell Reese is the perfect guy for this team.
All right, Chris, you're on the clock now with the Arizona Cardinals. I'm sorry, Brandon, you about to say something?
Before we do that, I do see the comment saying Shaheem's a Jets fan, by the way.
I saw that, yeah.
He believes that they would go Bailey. Now, I think that there could be some weight to it, but they canceled their official visit with David Bailey.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of draws away from that and maybe points to them liking Arvell Reese a little bit more.
Right. Not even wasting the time.
That's right.
And there's one thing we can always count on the Jets to do. Something real stupid, and just show their whole hand. That ain't Shaheem is being stupid. That's the team that Shaheem likes to rock for, doing real stupid. Because I wouldn't even show my hand in that manner by not bringing the kid up there, talking to him, seeing it, and seeing if there weighs some any value, where they can maybe draft back or fall back and get some more picks by just having him up there like they like him. I mean, it doesn't cost them anything. But hey, people don't draft well. They don't really do well at drafting.
And players don't necessarily stay at teams their whole rookie contract.
That's right.
You miss an opportunity to talk to this kid.
Right.
And 3 years from now, he may be up for trade.
Absolutely. And he may be the piece you need to get you over to a certain area, and you haven't talked to him. You never met with him. And and he may feel a certain kind of way. So
exactly.
It's you got to be very delicate in these procedures when you're acquiring people to your franchise.
All right. Before you pick, Chris, shouts out to Joseph Sandberg,
Big Joe,
14 D1, and Rafael Orta. Looks like some new names. So I'm sure you guys are joining us over from the Frankly Football Podcast. So thank you guys for joining tonight's show. Appreciate all your comments. All right, Chris, you're on the clock with the Cardinals. Take a look. Yep. Offense, defense. Let me know what your thoughts are.
I can barely see what we're going through. So walk me through these people. I know what I feel about with Arizona. Arizona's got a huge hole at quarterback. Okay, that's the biggest hole they have right now by getting rid of the let's say, how can I say this the right way? Because B gets on me about this. The diminutive, but quick-footed Kyler Murray.
Short.
Stop it, man. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get our views up. We can't be out here offending people because they genetic deficiencies. But we're missing Kyler Murray. We have that, and so there's a hole there. Running back, we got in there, B?
James Conner as their starter. He's coming back from injury last year, but then they also signed Tyler Algier by way of the Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons. Okay, Atlanta Falcons.
They drafted Trey Benson second round 2 years ago, dealing with the injuries, but he should be back healthy.
Okay. Offensive line wise, how are we looking with our tackles here?
They drafted Paris Johnson last year, right?
Exactly. Paris Johnson is still a young guy.
Okay, good. Yeah. One of the best.
Now, on the opposite side, I believe that's a hole personally. Elijah Wilkinson was somebody who struggled. Chris, I'm doing your job for you, Chris.
I can't see it, boss. I just want you to walk me through it. Just tell me the names, I can walk through it.
Gotcha. So, Elijah Wilkinson is their opposite tackle.
Okay, all right.
Mid.
Wide receiver, I know they're really strong. They got Marlon Harrison Jr. They
just signed Kendrick Bourne from the Niners.
Gotcha. Okay. And McBride is an all-world tight end.
Yeah.
Things are looking good in that direction. Okay. And then defensively, I think they turned around. They got the young, go over there down to defense. We got the young defensive tackle out of Kentucky last year.
Out of Ole Miss.
Out of Ole Miss, okay.
Yeah.
I want to say come in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew you was gonna know about the Ole Miss.
Absolutely.
Guy. Yeah, I knew you was gonna be able to tell me about him. But yeah, we got him. Who else we got on that defensive line?
They brought in Josh Sweat.
Yep.
Okay. I like
Walter
Josh.
Nolan, like previously mentioned, is
right.
someone. Mac Wilson is in the linebacker room.
They drafted Chop Robinson in the second last year, right? Defensive.
That was Miami. Yeah, that was Miami.
Oh, that was Miami's got Chop Robinson.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, personally, I think that there's a little bit of room for the interior. Ray Lopez is somebody who would stop me from drafting anyone.
Gotcha. Okay. Secondary wise, who are my corners?
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead. I think the corners are solid. You got Will Johnson, first round pick. Garrett Wilson's kind of that next guy up.
Yeah.
You could probably do a little bit on the outside if you wanted to. I personally like Sean Murphy Bunting. I think he's more of a nickel than an outside guy.
Absolutely.
I don't know why they have Denzel Burke right there, but
right.
I could slide Sean Murphy Bunting in that nickel spot. I could even slide
Johnson
Garrett
on the opposite side, and then you got Buda Baker at safety.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're really solid in your secondary. So right now you're looking at. Right now, where I look at it right now, you've got a holding quarterback, but you don't have anybody of great enough value for you to take the third pick. So you don't have that. You've got an older running back, but you've also got some younger guys there. So I'm not looking there. Pass catchers, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So as you're seeing, I'm breaking this thing down where I'm going to go. Right. My offensive line, I've got Paris Johnson. I could turn around and go ahead and take a tackle and solidify that. I could definitely take a tackle and solidify that and not be hurting. But I'm also looking at most explosive I can get on the defensive side of the ball, because now if I'm looking down, I've got Walter Nolan, I've got Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat he's a steady pass rusher. So he's going to get you 6 to 8 sacks a year. So I could go get an explosive defensive end on that side and work from there. My linebacker room, how's my linebacker room looking right now? That was the question I wanted to ask. What's it looking like?
They brought in Zaven Collins, drafted Baron Browning. BJ Ojolari is there, but he kind of works up front a little bit more.
Okay.
So the linebacker room. So they got a lot of good Sams.
But they ain't got a mic. But they got a mic. That's right. They got a lot of good Sams.
They got a lot of good Sams. I like that.
Right. But they ain't got a mic, right?
No.
They don't have a mic. Right. So this kind of narrows it down for me. Offense is where it's going to be. I'm looking for the lottery of next year for quarterback, so I'm not going to deal with a quarterback. I'm going to turn around with the third pick in the draft. I'm going to go ahead and take Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State. I'll take him. I'll use his versatility, his size, his length, 6'4", 200, and last graphic I saw was like 245. Plays the mic, former safety. Now moving down the linebacker, still having those read and react skills. Absolutely, just a weapon that you can move around, but I can use him as a mic, and he can kind of push all my guys in different directions. I love Sonny Styles as the third pick in the draft going to the Arizona Cardinals.
All right.
What you got, B?
Sonny Styles, third pick. I will add this onto it. The Cardinals defensive coordinator does come from that what's the Eagles defensive coordinator's name?
The Fangio. He's from the Nick Fangio.
He's from the Fangio
the
tree.
Vic Fangio tree. So
Yeah,
you know they like that versatility. You
Yep.
like a guy who can play some safety, some linebacker who can blitz. Josh Sweat is already there. They made that trade just because of that reason. So I could definitely see the fit there.
Yep, I can definitely see that, and I don't lose anything. I get a great player who's got a tremendous upside, because we've talked about some players, when we talked on our show, and we've been talking back and forth. You want guys young enough that they have a ramp to really grow and expand their game, and have the ability to just be young, and you can make them a staple piece of your defense of your team. Sonny Styles fits that perfectly. There's another guy that we talked about a lot, saying he's just a child. Hey, Sonny, I don't think Sonny can go to the bar yet. I think he probably maybe give somebody the money to go, but I don't think he can go to the ABC show yet.
Yeah, I that's definitely true. This is one of those spots where, Chris, we talked about this early in the show.
Yeah,
you talk about what teams look at, and we all said they could use a tackle, but when you look at the talent along with the position value of a Sonny Styles,
right,
you got to take the better player, even though you do have a mid player.
Yeah, you got a mid player. You got a mid player over there at because I think Paris is playing. Yeah, he's playing left. You got a mid at right tackle, but you can't miss the fact that this guy can be an eraser and take care of a couple different things for your defense. So yeah, I take Sonny Styles as the third pick in the draft.
All right, well, it's on me now with the fourth pick, Tennessee Titans. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at any of this, so we going through it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
All right, so one thing I do know is Cam Ward was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL last year.
Ooh,
I got to start off with that. They got a new head coach.
Yes, they do. Robert Saleh.
Got a defensive guy, so they're going to emphasize strong defense and running the ball. So that makes me think they're going to emphasize either tackle or defense. We got running backs. This could be one of those spots where do you go with the best guy available or do you go with need? Because we could take a running back right here.
You definitely could.
This is one of three teams that I think they can go like 5 different directions, and they're all about even.
Absolutely.
I think Bluff, if you look at this team here, you want to know if they're going to take the identity of the coach about having a sound defense, or do they give their young quarterback help, right? And so they've got this one pick in the first round. Where do they go get the most help for this football team?
So we got Bailey still on the board, but when I look at the defense, they just traded for Jermaine Johnson. They got John Franklin Myers, another Jets guy. So Saleh's bringing in his Jets guys. They traded for Solomon Thomas with the Cowboys.
Gotcha.
Jordan Elliott was a former Jet. So he's building a Jet South on his defense.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know would they take a Bailey here. Secondary solid. Got Alontae Taylor, Cordell Flott. Safeties are decent. They could use a linebacker, but there's not a linebacker that's talented enough to take this early. So right now,
so hold on, Bluff. So with Jeffrey Simmons, they're going to match who with Jeffrey Simmons. They got Solomon Thomas, which is a spot player, a rotational guy, right? Who's their other defensive end over there?
Jordan Elliott, former Missouri Tiger. I think he was a 3rd round pick in 2022. Former Jet. I think they like their guys. They got our former D-line coach.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, they got Whitehead back.
Yeah, they brought Whitehead back. I think Whitehead just likes his guys. If you look at the team, like I just said, John Franklin Myers Jet, Jordan Elliott Jet, Jermaine Johnson Jet, Solomon Thomas Jet. They like their guys.
They like their guys. Okay.
You can't blame them.
You can't. They players. So do you make a strength to strength, right?
Right.
Or the question is, do you get your young quarterback some help?
So I could see, like you said, Chris, Cam Ward sacked a lot, and excuse me, I didn't mean to say Chris, I meant to say Bluff. Sacked, right? JC Latham, he's a relatively young guy. from Alabama, right?
No, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
He did play some in Alabama, excuse me, but
Yeah.
he did get drafted from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question.
Okay.
Him having played some right guard in college, would you want to try to kick him inside and address that need on the inside and draft a right tackle like a Spencer Fano or Francis Mawanoa? Or would you rather, wait a little bit and try to get Vega Ioane out of Penn State?
The problem with the Titans is what you just said. They did it with Peter Skoronski. He was a left tackle that was drafted. They just moved him down to guard.
Sure.
Okay.
They signed Dan Moore. I think Dan Moore is from the Lions, maybe. I think he's kind of just I think he's a placeholder.
Okay.
So right here, I'm trying to think if I want to go Bailey or the tackle. I think I got to go tackle, honestly.
Okay.
I think I'm going tackle early. Like I said, new coach, came from the Jets. He saw what happened when his quarterback couldn't stay upright.
Right.
Absolutely.
They got their defensive guys from the Jets that they like. So I think they're gonna roll with the guys they got, and they're gonna draft that left tackle Spencer Fano.
Okay.
So they're drafting.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can see that. I can see that because you're still gonna be able to come back high in the second round, right? They only got one pick. They got one pick in this round. They can come back in the second round. They can go and get another running back if they want to. They'll be able to get another piece if they want to. I can see you go protect your quarterback, protect your young quarterback. You've invest in him. We know he can make plays. I like that pick. I do. I definitely like that pick.
And for me, this is one of those spots. And I was mistaken. It was Alabama. I had him confused with somebody else. You were right.
Okay.
This is one of those spots for me where I talked about earlier, where there are a lot of defensive ends in this draft.
Yeah,
right.
So while you don't get Bailey now, you can still get R. Mason or
R. Mason Thomas. You get Zion
Young, Lawrence,
Missouri.
You got a ton of options. Even if you want to reach a little bit and get somebody like Cassius Howell.
Exactly.
You got a ton of options.
You like your guys you got. You just add on another guy who's not the top tier, but he's right at that second tier, and he can come in there and contribute. But you get your left tackle to help protect the starting quarterback. You get the best tackle in the draft.
Now, I can say this: if you want to compare and contrast Fano and Mawanoa a little bit, Spencer Fano does have experience playing on both sides, which I think will be really good. He doesn't have to go through all of the growing pains if a team wants to put him on the right side. Francis Mawanoa played exclusively at the left.
No, I thought he was at right.
No, it was on the left.
Actually,
Fano played both sides.
My mistake. I meant Malgoa. I said Fano.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Malgoa.
Oh, you want to get Malgoa? Okay. All right. So you're going to take Malgoa out of Miami.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's my pick at 4.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, that makes sense. You go ahead and take him. You take one that it's you're splitting hairs when you're going between Fano and Malgoa. Who you like? Who you saw more of? We saw more of Malgoa because played on the East Coast and the run Miami had during this last CFP, and just a dominant player. And been a really good player for a long time. So I think you plug and play him, and you give and it gets familiarity also with Cam, being that he was at Miami with him as well.
Absolutely.
So there you go with that.
So, Chris.
Yeah. So you get that. So now you get the pieces together, and you're just trying to build the confidence in your young quarterback.
Yeah, and for me, he's a little bit bigger, he has a little bit more road grader in him. I think they're going to try to protect this quarterback with the running game. That aspect as well.
That's it. On to 5.
All right, we're on to 5. So we got New York Giants. Brandon, you're back on the clock.
So if I am the Giants and their GM, whose name I'm not really quite sure of, I'm taking my pen, and when the Sonny Styles pick gets called, I'm throwing it on the table because that would have been the pick that I would have wanted. I think that the Giants have a need at linebacker. They have a need on the offensive line. Now, the important thing that I believe is they have a need at wide receiver outside of Malik Neighbors. Darius Slayton, in my opinion, is not really a high-end wide receiver too. Darnell Mooney is there, but he's coming off of some bad years in Atlanta.
A lot of injuries too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes, sir. So he doesn't stop me from upgrading the position. Malik Neighbors coming off of that ACL needs help. Jalen Hyatt, as high of a pick that he was proven to be a 9-route merchant.
Route merchant.
Whatever that anonymous coach that said, "Oh, he can only run route." Congratulations to you, sir. You were correct.
He was spot on.
Yeah. Hey, look, he might tell you a joke, never a lie.
Yeah.
So here is one of the picks where we have to start questioning Jeremiah Love, because Cam Scatterboo is a good player, but his style.
Let's skip. Whoa.
Your guy, Cam Scatterboo.
Hey, Bluff. We had this running thing going about Cam Scatterboo. He's, everybody's in love with the lighter hued running back. Ever since Christian McCaffrey came on the scene, But
that 1 year with Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, Peyton could play. No, Peyton could play.
For 1 year. For 1 year.
Yeah. Okay, 1 year. He was a touchdown vulture. But they've always been looking for that next great super light skinned running back. And the whole world fell in love with Cam Scatterboo. And I was the biggest proponent of no. So when he he had a great game against the Eagles, which was kind of the irony because I didn't want him to have a great game, but he did do it against the Eagles. Brandon enjoyed harassing me the whole day behind it. He kept sending me Cam Scatterboo pictures in my phone. He just enjoyed that way too much. But this is the point where you go ahead, B. Go ahead and kick it right here.
So I believe that Scatterboo, while a good running back, is his physical style of play does not lend to longevity.
His athletic ability does not keep me from taking Jeremiah Love right here.
Absolutely. So this is one of the picks where if I'm sitting there and Jeremiah Love he's the third player on my board.
Absolutely. Yes.
So I would have to be sitting there and really let that clock run down to the bottom and debate if I want to take the better player but at a less valued position, or if I want to try to lean in on one of these DBs, for example. Like if I want to look at Caleb Downs, Ohio State, amazing player. Caleb Downs is the second best player on my board. So yeah, and also a lesser position. The best players on the board right now are gonna be some of those lesser positions. So if I had to sit there and Chris, you and I were fighting, who do we take? Do we look at the running back or do we look at the safety? I would fight tooth and nail, Chris, that you got to take Caleb Downs. I believe that I would.
So you would take according to what Bluff had on there, you're taking a positional value because if you're going to go and look at it, a safety is probably on the positional value at this point, probably maybe fifth.
It's way down the chart.
Fifth, maybe sixth.
Safety is way down the chart.
Okay,
yes, sir.
All right. So if you're thinking about taking Caleb Downs, what this defense is about to lose, in your opinion? Notice I said yours. One of the top techniques in the league. In Dexter Lawrence, because he wants
Sexy Dexy. Yes, sir.
Yeah. He wanted to get out of town. Thibodeau has not really giving you what you expected, right? From the defensive end position, right?
Absolutely.
Who else so my defensive line doesn't stop me from looking at a higher value player here.
I would say that it does because Abdul Carter's on the other side. Him going into year 2 is going to take some attention away from Kayvon Thibodeau, who might be able to benefit from that. We're Cowboys fans. Kayvon Thibodeau might be able to turn into like their Dorrance Armstrong. You saw how Dorrance was able to benefit from teams paying a lot of attention to Micah and get those 8 sack seasons and things like that. That could be something where you really see. We'll have to really figure out what's going on with Dexter Lawrence. I kind of got to say that much. I don't know. I'm not tapped into the Giants.
I mean, but he won out.
Mm-hmm.
He wants
does.
out. He does want out.
And that is because of money. You know,
okay.
Everybody bills need to be paid. You know, so yeah. Brian Burns is still there. Absolutely.
Okay, so you got.
I would say their front is the area that I wouldn't look. I would not be
solid. Okay.
And if you want to talk about the
importance
of a position,
I believe want to hit that for you. I just want to hit that for you because we wanted to go. You know, the important, like you said, importance of position, defensive end and defensive tackle rates higher than running back, and definitely far more than safety. Because you're saying Caleb Downs cornerback. Caleb Downs is more like he can.
Caleb Downs can play. He can play some nickel too.
He
not just safety. He plays some nickel too, Chris.
Right. So he and you're right. So I'm just going by what you're saying. I just want to make sure everyone who's listening gets the full picture of which direction you're going.
So you're going Downs over Love. That's what we're at.
Yeah. I would, because Downs kind of fills two roles for you.
Fills three. He fills three. But go ahead.
Hey, look, I'm not mad at you, Chris.
Yeah, he
feels a dog in my opinion. He's the second best player on my board. So the pick for me, if I were the New York Giants, will be Caleb Downs, defensive back. I'm not even going to limit him to safety. Ohio State University.
There you go.
All right, so pick 5 is in. We go to pick 6. Chris, I believe it's back on you. We got the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns, the team that has some things but needs a little bit of everything, right?
Absolutely.
Needs a little bit of everything. So the problem, well, not the problem, the issue is right now with the quarterback position. Because
whole lot of uncertainty.
Freak Nasty come back, aka Deshaun Watson. He comes back and they done paid him. But you do have Shedeur Sanders there, and there's going to be that issue there. Running back wise, they're fine with Judkins. They're fine. They're absolutely
Dylan Sampson is there. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, So so they're fine at running back. Wide receivers. What are we looking at with their wide receivers now?
So they have Jerry Jeudy. He's been an okay guy for them. Malachi Corley was someone who just couldn't catch on to the Jets. Had a lot of clashes with the coaching staff, which caused him to be on his way.
Gotcha.
Isaiah Bond was one of those steals for them because he was going through those legal issues that he was cleared of last year, and he was able to sign with them as an undrafted free agent.
And he was pretty solid considering he didn't get to start.
Didn't have a training camp. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then they have Cedric Tillman. He's listed here as the other outside guy.
Right.
But I believe that he is really your fourth. So I think that they got a good 1 through 4 in their wide receiver room.
I would agree.
Tight end. Where's my tight ends looking like?
Oh, Harold Fanning.
Harold Fanning. David Njoku is no longer there. So that's a thing. Offensive line, DeJuan Jones. I was cool with DeJuan Jones.
I like there.
Big, massive dude. Zion Johnson at guard. Elgin Jenkins is decided to come over there. Tevin Jenkins as well. Relatively high pick, if I recall.
For the Bears, I believe.
Bears,
Yes, he was a second. He was a second round pick for them, if I recall, right?
Yeah, I love him coming out of Oklahoma State.
And then Titus Howard on the right tackle. So if you want to think about things, that right tackle spot could be a position.
Gives it. My defense is stellar because we got Myles Garrett, and Myles Garrett is the absolute eraser of all things known to man because of his style of play. Who else we got down there with down him as well?
On defense?
Yes,
sir.
First round pick, Mason Graham.
Okay, he's got so he should take a step this year.
Just Malik Collins. While Cowboys fans didn't like him, he's been a solid defensive tackle his whole career.
He could play. He could play. He could play.
Had a decent time in San Francisco over the last few years.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay,
he's not making any Pro Bowls, but
he's a contributor.
He's a contributor.
He's an absolute contributor. Who's my other defensive end?
So you got Myles Garrett, and then you got Alex Wright. Alex Wright, I think, was like a day 3 pick. I think he was a 4th rounder. Now the issue here, and I'm doing your job for you a little bit, Chris.
Yeah,
They got Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah at linebacker. JOK, a linebacker. He's thinking about retiring.
Yeah, he's probably done.
Yeah, we'll talk about this on the backside with Joker.
Yeah,
but y'all can you can kind of run with that. I'll tell you. Yeah. So okay. So you don't. So JOK is out probably out the building.
They signed Quincy Williams from the Jets.
Carson Schlesinger, the reigning defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, solid.
Okay.
Secondary is good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tyson Campbell, Denzel Ward, if he can stay healthy.
Healthy. Yeah.
Grant Delpit.
Yeah,
kind of the same thing.
Great. Yeah. Great. Yeah, he got to stay healthy. Guys, Grant Delpit. You know what? You know what? There answers my question, and I'll bring that. That's the last good defender, defensive back coming out of LSU. I was having the hardest time in the world, Bluff, trying to figure out the next good cornerback that came out of there. I was going all the way back as far back as like Stingley. It was like Stingley and then who? Yeah, but Brad Delpit. Yeah. So you're looking at this team. So this is why this team has been the biggest for Cowboy fans want to trade back, because they've got a lot of pieces, but they still need to add in some different areas. And I think really they just need to cook. So we'll talk about later with trading back. I think that's why they want to trade back. But if I've got to stand and pick right here, right? If I got to stand and pick, nothing stops me from going and getting a wide receiver here.
Okay.
Nothing stops me. Nothing stops me from going and getting a tackle here either, right? And nothing stops me from going and getting a defensive end. So let's go. Yeah. So if we're looking at our value, defensive end, tackle, and then wide receiver, defensive end kind of wins out in this situation right here, in my opinion.
I was about to say, Chris, are you about to do what I think you're gonna do?
I'm gonna do what I don't.
I know who you like.
I won't do. I wouldn't do. Is what if you're smart? I'm not doing it from a Cowboys perspective, but if I'm smart, positional value is the defensive end, and I can turn around and get cute and and go down later, and that's the reason why they want to trade back. But if I'm going to stay in a pick, I'm going to go ahead and take the best defensive end in the country on the board and showed it every Saturday and all the way up to the championship game until they couldn't play anymore. Some people complain because of his arm length, but he has a 55-gallon drum of ass whoop in his back pocket that he carries with him everywhere he goes. And I'm taking Ruben Bain, defensive end, out of the University of Miami. And I'm plugging him right inside of that with Myles Garrett on the opposite side and Graham on the inside. And we just going to add a strength to a strength, man. We're going to add strength to a strength.
Chris, that defensive room will be scary.
Absolutely.
Scary. It'll be an absolute nightmare. And to get him at 6 is great, is amazing value for where you get him at, because I thought that Tennessee would take him, earlier. But if you get him at 6, I mean, you cooking with gas.
Yeah.
Joseph Sandberg said, let them score 15 points, but score 6. I'm assuming that means you wanted the receiver.
I mean, but if I'm looking on my board, if I go get a wide receiver, I already got Judy. I've got
they
fans.
They just brought in Corley.
Yeah, they just brought in Corley. I've got a running game. Yeah. So yeah, I could go with the wide receiver, but the value there and the division they play in. So you got to realize the division they play in, they're gonna have to deal with. Lamar Jackson. They're gonna have to deal with Trevor Lawrence and with the Jaguars. They're gonna have to deal with Drake May in New England. You're gonna have to be able to just stop them and make
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
The whole AFC. Eventually, Pat Mahomes.
You're going to have to deal with Denver and Bo Nix, slow running tail. You have to deal with all that. So you got to keep building that defense to be able to keep people down as your offense, continues to mature.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Ruben Bain at 6, man.
I'm not mad at the pick, honestly.
Yeah.
The whole defense gonna be scary.
Man, come on, bro. Yeah.
So question, why did you take him over Bailey? Did you just have Ruben Bain higher?
Listen, I just have Ruben Bain higher as an all-around as the best defensive end. The best pass rusher is Bailey.
Right.
Bailey is the absolute best pass rusher. But if I'm going to go ahead and build this thing the way so I can have a guy who can be able to stop the run, get to the passer, be relentless, I got to take the best guy on my board, which is Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm on the clock now with the Washington Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at this team, just going offensive defense, blinking light, wide receiver position.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
When you got Traylon Burks penciled in as a starting receiver, you got problems.
Yuck. Ooh. Terry McLaurin is getting up there in age. He's going to be 31 this year.
I mean, Jaden Daniels had no connection with him last year at all.
None.
Yeah, man. Which is tough because I think that Terry is a good receiver. Like he's not like top 10 or nothing like that, but he is a serviceable. I'll even say beyond serviceable starting receiver.
Right. And then they turned around and threw all that money at Pork Chop Samuels. I mean Debo Samuels. Threw that money at him. That was a miss in that area. So wide receiver is definitely a need for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So but running back is a need for him as well.
This is another one of those spots.
Running back is a need for him.
I will not call that man Bill, but Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, he does not stop me from upgrading the room
at all. Okay, your tight end position is
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when I look at this team, I wanna go defense, but that wide receiver spot is just too big of a blinking light for me to look at anything else.
Right, and the best ones are still on the board, and in that situation for them,
they're all still on the board.
Yeah, they're all on the board, but you got to be able to get Daniel some help in certain areas. So you definitely got to give him the best wide receiver available to him.
Like when I look at the running backs, I could easily go Love here and be happy.
Oh yeah,
easily.
Without question.
Easily.
They just signed Rashad White. I mean, he's a guy, has some success. Ja'Cory's in his second year. Jerome Ford's a vet. Jeremy McNichols in spots gives you something.
Yeah. But Ja'Cory's like a 7th round draft pick.
Yeah.
He's a guy, man. He's nothing stops me from going and taking Love if I can do that. Yeah. But the wide receiver room is just that
like
bad.
You said. Yeah, the wide receiver room leaves so much to be desired. Luke McCaffrey is still kind of coming into his role. Hopefully he can step up in his second year. But yeah, man, having so much leaning on Terry, when he's up there in age, yes, it would definitely.
And then,
go ahead.
And then what I talked about earlier in the show, this is one of those spots. I personally highly doubt 2 running backs going to first. I agree. I think the second best running back will be available on the board for the Commanders in the second round. Look at the second round. You got the Raiders aren't taking a running back. The Jets aren't taking a running back.
No.
The Cardinals aren't taking a running back. Maybe you got to leapfrog the Giants, but it's doable at 38. So I can get my running back in the second round. So right here, I have my chance to get the best, who I would consider, who the team may consider the best wide receiver on the board, top wide receiver.
Right.
So right here, I think I'm going Tate.
Okay, Carnell Tate.
I think I'm going Tate with the first pick for the Commanders. Add to that wide receiver room. Give McLaurin take some pressure off him.
Yeah.
Do they have a second first round pick? Because
no.
Okay. No, they do not.
They do not. That's it.
Yeah, they may double dip at wide receiver, to be honest.
They would. Yeah, it's terrible. It's god awful. It's god awful. Yeah, you can definitely do that. See, and that's there's where you have, gosh, that would have been a great move. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got position value. You got the number 1 guy on the board.
Yes.
And it fills a position of the need. It checks 3 boxes.
Definitely need. Yeah, 3 boxes. You got to go take them. Go take Carnell Tate with the was that the 7th pick? Okay, yeah. 7th pick in the draft. Okay.
All right, 7th pick, Carnell Tate, Ohio State on the board for the Commanders. All right.
All right.
So we're about at the halfway point of the show. Well, a little bit more than halfway.
Right.
So I see the comments are still coming in. Thank you guys who are still rocking with us. The views are still going up. We got a
Good.
lot of people watching from
Excellent.
X. So for those of you watching on X, if you want to get in the comments, come over and join us on YouTube. Join us at Franklin Football. Join us at DC4L. Join us at Bluff City Cowboys. Take your pick. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think about what we got so far and the remaining picks that we got left.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I see Jeff Mendoza, Cy Witherspoon. I missed you joining us. Thank you for joining us. One of the admin at DC4L.
Salute to you.
Yeah. Get back in the comments. Let us know what you guys think about what we talked about so far and the picks that have been made to this point.
And man, honestly, from this point so far, being that we don't do a lot of mocks, and most of the time when we mock, we've got me and Beer in a really big text thread, and we got guys who shoot mocks every day. When you start looking at this whole thing, it always goes back to, because we're really Cowboy centric. You might end up getting wiped out in a certain place, but the way this thing is going, from where we're looking at it, you still got a lot of talent still on the board, and you're kind of like in the window of getting the need filled for the Cowboys, definitely.
Yeah.
Even though my number one guy's off the board, I'm still in a good position.
Yeah, so far in the draft where everybody thinks that there's gonna be no offensive players taken in the top 10, we've taken 3 already.
Right, you've taken 3. Right. And it's 4 already off the board, because the number one.
And that still leaves Jeremiah Love on the board as well. So it's gonna be 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so
B, it's on me.
You back on the clock.
It's on B. It's on B. Okay, cool.
New Orleans Saints.
Let
me know where you want to look.
Okay, so the Saints were scammed tremendously by the finesse guy Michael Thomas for $20 million a year for him to play. I'm not sure if he played another snap, right?
Right.
So Chris Olave needs help.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Olave needs help.
Mm.
They did bring in Travis Etienne. Excuse me. He says that it's pronounced Etienne. With the Haitian roots.
It's what? It's now what? It's Travis.
It's pronounced Etienne.
Etienne, like Etienne with the Dolphins.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Boy, I'm telling you, boy, you can't give people money, boy. I'm telling you, man.
He Haitian, so I get it. He Haitian, man.
Hey, listen,
I understand
he been Travis Etienne since we known him coming on the scene.
Him and his brother.
Yeah, him and his brother. Now he gets some money. Now he Haitian. Okay. All right. Okay.
But I believe that when you want to look at, if you were going to look at offense, the main place that you would look would be wide receiver. I think HN gives them a good compliment to Alvin Kamara, who's slowing down in his age. He's going to be 31, I think, this year. In running back years, that is 1,017,000 or something like that.
He's older.
Yeah, absolutely. They have Kelvin Banks, relatively good younger tackle, as well as Fuaga, Talisi Fuaga, and I think he's going to year 2 or 3, something like that. I don't think that I would address the offensive line. They also have Dylan Raduns.
McCoy's a former first-round pick. Ruiz is a former first-round pick. They got 4 first-round picks on the line.
Okay, so they good up front. They definitely good up front.
Now, if you scroll down to the defense for me, this is where I think that there's plenty of room to improve. What was their defensive end's name? Who had like the bicycle bar mustache? Oh man, what was
you're talking about Jordan Cameron or Cameron Jordan?
Cameron Jordan.
Cam Jordan, okay. Jordan Cameron, one of those two. Two first name dude. So they have him leaving out. They drafted Brian Breesy 2 years ago. He's going into year 3 or 4. So he's cool, but doesn't necessarily stop me from drafting anyone. I would look at the interior or the outside on the defensive line. I would also take a look at their they did bring in Chase Young a couple years ago too. So he's kind of doing his thing. But once again, and I like him too. Chase Young's a cool dude, but he doesn't stop me from getting him some help. I would look at the front seven. I'd start looking at linebacker or edge rusher. And with David Bailey being on the board, my palms start itching a little bit. He gonna come in there and be, your next guy that you can hang the banner for on the front of the stadium, like your franchise player.
Yeah.
So if you look at that, that's excellent at the edge rusher position. Let me scroll down here. It's a little high for some of these linebackers going right now since you've had Sonny Styles and Reese off the board. So I'm not sure that I would look at someone like CJ Allen. Way too early for someone like him. So I think that I could confidently, and with not a lot of time spent, I'd do the next team a favor, by getting in early and take David Bailey, edge rusher, Texas Tech.
Absolutely. Can't even fight you on that, dog.
Not at all.
Can't fight you at all. Great position, great value.
Absolutely.
And I mean, number two, 3. He's in everybody's top 5 on their boards. He's the best pass rusher. He's the best pass rusher in the country. And then put him on that fast track down there in New Orleans. Put him with that, and he does his thing, man. Great.
David Bailey is the 5th. David Bailey is the 5th player on my board. And
there you go.
Jeff, I agree with you that the Saints need a receiver. I agree with you. But if you want to talk about the value of the position,
right,
compounding with the needs of the team, I think that you get more out of David Bailey rather than someone like Mekhi Lemon or Jordan Tyson. And Jordan Tyson, I think, wouldn't even be in conversation right here because of his recent injury at his pro day.
Now, even Concepcion out of Texas A&M, you couldn't even take him.
Way too high. Way too high. Concepcion is a great player. But I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Joseph Sandberg makes a good point about Young still loafing.
Yep.
I don't think I want to have a defense where I rely on Chase Young to be my
guy.
premier guy.
Yeah.
Washington tried it. Right. Washington tried it. It didn't really work.
Exactly. And going back to the Saints offense, you talk about the receivers, Jeff, and I agree. We all agree. But when you look at how the Saints play, they use their tight end a lot in the passing game. They use their running backs a lot in the passing game.
Absolutely.
So you're going to probably get 60 to 70 catches between Achane and Kamara.
And Kamara, right, along with the tight end, right. Tyler Should is a very mobile. He's gonna be able to work out. Kellen's gonna have another year with them down there, so you got to help that.
Hang him around for year 3.
Yep,
absolutely.
Yep, you'll definitely get the best out of it with having Bailey at that position.
And this is one of those teams where, again, David Bailey's on your board. You got to take him. You know where they're going second round at this point.
Absolutely.
Whoever the best wide receiver is.
Best wide receiver on the board is.
And it's going to be some good ones.
Yes.
It should be.
Yes.
5th or 6th wide receivers probably going to be available. True. And you can go inside or outside with this team. So you're going to get a talent in the 2nd. You don't have to fill all your needs in the 1st. This is not like Washington.
Right.
Where yuck. Like
it was terrible. Right. It was terrible. And you didn't feel like the guy who was there still had any kind of juice.
Right.
You still got Chris Olave. He still got some juice.
Right.
But by going and getting some juice on the defensive side of football to give some excitement in the building, you definitely go with Bailey. He's just too high, and his value is too great for you to just pass him up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jeff, don't get me wrong, man. I agree. Like behind Chris Olave, their wide receiver room is poop from a butt. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that would just have to be addressed a little later. You kind of got to weigh the pros and cons. But I agree. Looking at it, you got one blue chip player, one guy who's about to make some money, and then the pips.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, but you got to look at your head coach too, Kellen Moore. Heavy on tight ends, heavy on running back passing.
Right.
That's their bread and butter.
Yeah,
they'll get by with. We've seen firsthand with the Cowboys. They'll get by with just anybody at wide receiver if they have to.
Yeah, if they have to, they'll make it work. They'll make it work.
Yeah. All right, pick 9. Another one of those could go a bunch of different routes. Chris, I believe it's on you.
I wish I was making this pick. I wish that I was making this pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish that I was making this pick.
This is the Kansas City Chiefs?
Chiefs, yeah.
Oh, the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh,
On you.
Man, it's on me. Okay. So we're looking right now. We've got so we don't have a needed quarterback because our quarterback is down for the year. So this is really an evaluation of the rest of the team.
Absolutely.
To be totally honest with you. This is team evaluation 101 on the fly. So
Chris, can I ask you a question?
Ask it.
You said that that Pat Mahomes is going to be down for the year. You don't think that he's going to come back maybe like after Thanksgiving after he had a little bit of turkey and cranberry sauce and all of that?
Okay, so
I'm being for real. I'm being for real.
Okay. I thought you were being facetious. Okay,
no.
Okay, so if anybody doesn't know me, I'm a big proponent on extending as far away from, I give it 3 to 4 months past your injury. So for the average person, when we say, oh, he had his ACL, he hurt his ACL in October, he should be back by training camp. No, if he hurts his ACL in October, right? He's turned around, he's back to doing normal everyday stuff that you and I would do. Take the garbage out, maybe walk the dog, maybe go out dancing with your wife. They can go do that. But to play at a very, very high level with grown men who have mortgages, side pieces, and child support, you got to get yourself another 4 to 5 months to get to your optimal level. Patrick Mahomes is now in the part of his career that he has got to transition from being he has got to go from being Superman to being Professor X. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
That makes sense to y'all? Because he can no longer run around like that all over, but he's got to be more cerebral. There we go. In what he does. Okay. So what I believe helps any aging quarterback, is a running game. Is going to get in the running game.
No, we just signed Kenneth Walker.
You just signed Kenneth Walker.
Walker
right?
does not stop me.
There you go.
I just want to put it out there.
Say it, B.
Kenneth Walker does not stop me from improving my room. And I'll even say this: Kenneth Walker is just coming out of being in the committee. So
come on.
Hey, look, he just gonna be back to what he was used to. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Okay, now we understand that that's on that side. Their wide receiver room is exceptional. I think their wide receiver room is great. All those guys got out of these legal issues, got off of being hurt, so their wide receiver room is good.
Oh yeah, they're gonna win the SEC 4x100 tomorrow.
Yeah, they can fly. Now here's the thing that many people don't want to say out loud, but I'll say it. I need to upgrade in the tight end room.
Oh yeah, Travis Kelce.
No. Travis Kelce is inadequate. Okay, he is inadequate. But because I'm picking right here, it doesn't rate high enough on my need board. So I've got to go look at the defense.
Okay.
So, Chris Jones, even though he's all world, he's getting long in the tooth. Matter of fact, he's old. Okay. Karlaftis, did they bring Karlaftis back or no?
They did.
Okay, they brought Karlaftis back.
And just to confirm, Chris Jones is going to be 32 years old this year.
Okay. Okay. So we got him. He's out the way. Let's say who else we got on this? We just got rid of McDuffie, right?
Yep.
As a cornerback,
yes.
We got rid.
But they did sign Kyrie Elam.
Yep.
Yep.
Former Dallas Cowboy Kyrie Elam.
Okay. All right. Now, and in my safety room, what we looking like in our safety room?
I don't know any of these guys. I'll be honest.
You don't know none of these
guys.
Not
really familiar with their.
Okay. So we're looking at this point right here. Now, so we go and look at value, and I'm looking what I got on the board. Okay. So on my board, the top two defensive backs are on the board right here in this position. And I've got to evaluate everything else. So offensively, I'm fine. Tight end is two. Man.
So, Chris, can I ask this?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, baby.
With you saying that Pat Mahomes has to, instead of being gunslinger guy, instead of being Wolverine, he has to be Professor Xavier.
Yes.
Would you think about protecting him a little bit more, going out and getting a tackle or something like that?
I could go get a tackle. I could
don't get me wrong. Josh Simmons, amazing player. He was my best. He tackle 1 for me last year.
Me too.
Okay.
And the injury caused him to fall.
Okay. But he'll be back. He'll be back, right?
Yeah, he'll be back, and he plays left. But
okay.
Spencer Fanoa's on the board, and he played some right.
Okay, he plays right. Now I can solidify that. I just want to get. I'm formulating my whole picture here.
Okay.
Because my value is the tackle is my highest value guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I can get him right. My secondary needs help, and my defensive line needs help, right? So if I turn around and said, is Peter Woods too high for me to take right here?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, 100%.
In my opinion,
1,000%.
Peter Woods is kind of like a project because of the way that he was played.
Gotcha. Okay.
Peter Woods had a really, really good film prior to this year. But then he got a little hurt, and then the coaching staff didn't really use him in the same way. So Peter Woods has a lot of question marks. I think that Peter Woods is a stealing guy with lower floor.
Yeah, you got more question marks about Peter Woods than I do, because I think Peter Woods is phenomenal, and I think you plug in and play him, and I think he helps anywhere he goes.
Not at 9.
But not at 9. Yeah, but just not at 9. So, and I could go take the top corner because both of them are there.
Yep.
You know, the top corner is sitting there.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think with me having Smith Fano sitting right there, I take Spencer Fano right there at the 9th pick in the draft, plug him at right tackle, and I go ahead and solidify thing and go forward. I take Spencer Fano.
Hey, Chris, you want to know what else protect your quarterback?
Running game.
Oh no, a great running game.
That ball to Jeremiah Love.
Hey, listen, hold on.
Let him run for 120 yards per week.
I could take Jeremiah Love right there, right? But if by chance you can't keep Patrick on the sideline as long as Dr. Lester would have him on the sideline, give me Spencer Fano right there, and then I can go in the second and third round, and I can go get Fat Man. I always call him Fat Man out of Penn State. I can go get the Washington kid out of Arkansas. So I can go get another running back to pair with Walker. But if I get my right tackle, I help solidify my offensive line. When Patrick Mahomes has an above average offensive line, he is the scariest thing on the planet. Yeah. And I've got to be able to help him in that area.
Yeah. Yeah. They have one of the best interior offensive lines in the league to me. I love
right.
Humphrey.
Without question.
I love Trey Smith.
Yeah. Yep. Kingsley Suamaitea. Yeah, I liked him a lot coming out.
They slid him inside this year, right? He was a tackle last year, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what he is, but like you said, I like him a lot. I think he's athletic guard.
They slid him inside because Josh Simmons fell to him.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's why I would take him. I would take him right there and go forward.
Yeah. So you got a fan out of Jeff. So when I talk to people about this, I've been making this same pick all off season. For me, it's been tackle, tight end, or running back.
Right.
I think it's going to be offense because you got to protect Mahomes, like we said.
Yep.
I'm not upset with Fano. Like you said, need a right tackle. Pat Mahomes has gotten killed in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Running for his life out last year.
Yeah.
Let's tie up those bookends. The interior is good. Let's roll. Let's let them guys get jailed this year, and then after Thanksgiving or later, you bring Patrick Mahomes when he needs a little bit more.
Yeah. If you look like you got a chance to make the playoffs, okay, I might think about bringing him back.
Right.
But if I'm not in a position to make the playoffs and it don't look like that, then I'm gonna let him sit, man. I'll let him sit.
Sure.
See, I'm just thinking about the big picture for your football team. A whole year, him biting at the bit to get back, and you getting these other pieces together. Your wide receivers get better. Doesn't stop you from the second round or maybe second or third round going to get a younger, more athletic tight end, and then next, and addressing that defensive line as well. Yeah. Because you've got to get better there. With Kalaflis being there, he hasn't been that. He's been okay, but
he hasn't lived up to expectations.
Yeah. He's hit or miss. I got to go be able to get another guy, and I might be able, come back later, maybe draft with
Right.
take trade back or go ahead and trade up with a team, get them back in the second round in some different areas, and be able to go get another young project key type guy, played at Auburn, and maybe put him in on my football team. But that's neither here nor there. We don't know what's going to happen with that.
And I like this conversation because you guys are talking about something that you don't hear them say in social media. They have a second pick. There's going to be a talented guy there who could probably start day one.
That's right.
And so that's what you got to be able to do. So go get the higher value need, and then go find another young guy that you can get later in the round and go forward.
I'll be honest. I hate I let the rotation go this way because I have no clue what to do with the Bengals.
Oh, well, that's easy. That's easy. Let's walk it down. It's easy.
I mean, I know his defense.
Yes.
So let's go offense.
Sure.
Jeremiah Love's still there. He's a better Chase Brown.
Sure.
But my God, how many offensive players can we take?
Thank you. That's the thing, man. That's the thing.
Right.
We can say this from personal experience. It don't matter if you can score 35 points every week.
Yeah.
If teams are scoring 36 against you week in, week out.
Week in, week out with ease.
Mm-hmm.
With ease, man.
We just talked about Mahomes. Burrow is almost in the same situation.
Yes, he is.
We got to get him offensive line help, but
the
value's not there right now.
It's
not at 10.
Not at 10. But two best tackles. Yep, two best tackles off the board.
Yeah.
No.
Two best, I mean, you got a good guard there. You still got Vega. Vega Yone.
Okay.
Vega's a good player. But I think that 9 is a little rich. It's tough because you got to keep Burrow upright.
When I talk about the draft, this is the spot I could see him going here. If they did it, I wouldn't be surprised. But a few picks too high. This is a good trade.
I agree with you. Vega Yone is the second player at the top of the second round for me. So I
have them mid-20s, but I mean, once you get past 19, we're all kind of in the same range.
Yeah, you're on the second round. You're on the second round. Yeah. Okay.
So
let's look at the defense.
Y'all
you can go anywhere on defense.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we go defense. They just paid Boye Mafe.
Yes.
Okay.
They drafted Stewart first round last year.
Yep.
They just signed Jonathan Allen.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Miles Murphy hanging out, taking up money.
Say what?
Miles Murphy hanging out and taking up money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's stealing. He out there. He ain't even got no mask on.
Nope.
They could definitely use a linebacker, but it's too high again.
Right.
I like their corners, but we can always improve.
Always improve there.
We got to get we almost got to go defense. I could upgrade
none of their corners. None of their corners stop me from upgrading.
Yeah,
none of
I like
as much as you would like them and call them pesky and things like that.
That's it. Yeah.
This is one of those spots we can only do. We've done all we can do on offense.
There you go, plucky.
Yeah,
plucky.
We've done all we could do on offense. There's only so much we can do on the defensive line. There's not a linebacker right here that I would take this early. If there was one available, this is where I would take them, but it's too early. Sure. So I gotta go corner.
Yep.
Who
you going with?
Yeah, now this is the question. Who do you like more? Who do you trust more to start today?
Oh,
like that.
Oh, I'm so glad you got this.
I gotta go with the healthy guy. I mean, it's the Bengals. We gotta guarantee we got guys on the field, so I gotta take Delane from LSU.
Okay, Mansa Delane.
Okay, Mansa. Okay, all right. Top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, what a difference a year makes. Outstanding.
Absolutely. Be nice. Be nice, man.
I'm being honest. Oh, what a difference. Yeah.
So it's me on the clock.
We're at pick 11. Love is still on the board.
What?
Yeah. That's why I love these exercises. You don't even think about it until you get to the point.
Hey, go ahead. Yeah. Is it? It's on.
It's on me.
It's on you, B.
Yeah. So the Dolphins, headlined by 2024 touchdown leader Jalen Tolbert in their
Yes,
receiver.
sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. The guru, the guy.
The Dolphins are a team that is clearly tanking. And as a result, you could just take the best player and kind of like rock with it. So A-Chain, Devon A-Chain, good player, good player. But is Jalen Wright a guy who, coming from Tennessee, wasn't really able to play in his first year? Is
Ollie Gordon leapfrogged him last year.
Exactly. So do either one of those guys stop you from upgrading your running back position?
Yeah.
Obviously, there is a need at receiver, and Chris, I disagree. Yes. They don't stop.
But the glare, the more go with the value, the more glaring need is at wide receiver.
Sure, but
okay.
So here's the thing: Jordan Tyson, in my opinion, is a better player than Mekhi Lemon. But Jordan Tyson got hurt.
Okay.
So I wouldn't draft him with pick 11. So that kind of drops receiver down a little bit for me, because you kind of got to dive a little bit more. Mekhi Lemon is the first player at the top of the second round for me.
Ooh.
So now here's the thing. Here's the thing though, Bluff.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, B.
I only have 13 first round players, round graded players. When you start to get to the top of the second round, you got to debate, okay, am I really going to pass up on the third player on my board for the 14th? And I'm not quite like, that's tough, right? Because you can draft anyone. They can mess around and take Dylan Thieneman and be okay with it, because they have needs everywhere.
Yeah, they can literally close their eyes and pick at this point.
Yeah, they can. They can throw a dart. Yeah, it's gonna help.
So, with can you scroll up to who their quarterback is, please? Who is it? It's Malik Willis. They pay Malik Willis, I want to say like $20 million a year for like 3 years or something like that, right?
Yeah, 1 year, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Maybe 2.
Okay, cool. Because there are needs everywhere. And the Dolphins have 2 first round picks. They're also picking again at, let's see, they are where's their second pick at? Pick number 30. I think I go with the running back. I pick the best player on the board. I take Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame, and pair him with Devon A-Chain. And like I said, the main reason for that is, although running back seems to be the player right there, I cannot in good conscience take either a hurt guy who may still be rehabbing, or dip going to the top of my second round graded players.
Yeah.
I mean, you having Lemon as a second rounder.
You got to remember, he's coming in and being your wide receiver 1.
Okay. And he is wide receiver 1 material. You don't have a number 1 wide receiver there. So my problem is, you already traded Waddle away.
Yeah.
You don't have a number 1. And I've already got an adequate running back with A-Chain. I'm going to go ahead and deal with that. Or I look on my defensive side of the board, whereas I don't have anything over there. And because and because I'm tanking, and I've got room to grow and develop, right? Why didn't you give him your number 1 guy and put him with the Dolphins?
We're too early. Oh, by the way, Chris, if you look at the board, my number 1 edge rusher is your number 1 edge rusher.
Oh, I mean, I understand. Yeah, but at this point at the 11th pick of the draft, I have a team that's tanking that I'm having room to grow and develop.
I can't in good conscience. Now, for the listeners, Chris is talking about Keldrick Falk, edge rusher, Auburn. Sky high, I could go outside and look up, and I still won't see Keldrick Falk.
I mean, he's to the moon. He's to the moon.
No.
Right.
I got to look past the moon, Chris. Got to look past the moon.
Okay. All right. Great.
See, limitless ceiling.
Okay.
So it's a little bit too high, though, Chris. Like I can't in good conscience pass up guys like I would even consider King Messidor right there, if we're being honest.
Okay.
I would consider Messidor.
Now that's oof. Okay. All right.
But I went with the best player on that. It wouldn't just be my board. Jeremiah Love will be the best player on their board too.
At 11, yeah, he'd be the best. He'd be the best offensive player on there.
Absolutely.
That's a
Yeah,
blinking
without
light.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a blinking light. It's flashing. It's red. It's blowing up. You could pass by him. You could go get Falk because you're thinking about what you're gonna do with A-Chain. Because now, if you have A-Chain, you're definitely trying to trade him right now. You're looking around and trying to figure out if you can find a partner right now to trade him.
Sure.
And go from there and
then
get more picks.
You also got to remember the Dolphins have 7 picks in the top 100. 4 third-round picks.
Right. But now that I just took the best running back off the board, I'm trying to get more picks because I'm trading A-Chain immediately.
Yeah, sure.
Immediately.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we're at the 12th pick. Dallas Cowboys, close to the end of the show. Put the chart up here. This pick we're all gonna make it. So I believe it'll be on you, Chris, so you can give us your thoughts first. We can talk about the team, talk about weaknesses, stuff like that, and then we'll make our picks.
Gotcha. Well, I'm if I'm at this point right now, my top 5 guys are off the board.
Before we do that,
yeah,
I want to show the board to show who's been picked so far.
Gotcha.
So this is who's been taken off the board so far. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive guys off the board.
Yes.
5 offensive guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive guys off the board off 11. Didn't get wiped as much as people expected.
Absolutely.
All the guys that people are in love with are still gone.
Yep.
So, yeah, Cowboys at pick 12. Let's go back to the chart, see what we're looking at, and just let me know what you guys think in terms of what we're missing and what's available.
Well, since like I was saying, my top 5 guys are off the board. My top 5 guys were Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love was my pick. I was hoping B knew that, and that's why he took him at 11. That's why he did it.
Did I?
He knew.
Did I do that?
Did. Oh, you did. You know what I'm saying? But he's off the board. You take Ruben Bain is off the board, and and Caleb Downs is off the board. So my top 5, I'm wiped out. So now I've got to go with the unknown. And what I'm saying is the unknown is I don't know what my defensive coordinator, Christian Parker, is going to run. He's a Vic Fangio disciple, but what I do know is he is a secondary guru, right? We've seen him in past stops. He's going to get the best. He's going to get the best pieces in secondary. My secondary is at 1.5 pieces that I truly trust. We did a show before where Bluff was on our channel at Frankfurt Football, and we talked about Thompson, the safety out of Arizona. I trusted him.
Sure.
I trusted Kobe Durant as a slot guy.
Yeah.
I got a cornerback with 2 bad feet that I don't trust anymore, but I'm praying to God that he's healed so I can trade him in the offseason. I want to get rid of him. I got a rookie that I should not have played at all last year, but he's going to come back and be better. So if I'm sitting here right now defensively, because I can't make my biggest strength on my offense, going back to Randy Dakota Prescott, I'm pretty good over here. And the one piece that I would go get to help him is already off the board. So I'm going to take the best cornerback on the board because I think right here it's too high because I do have a second pick that I can go get my linebacker and my quick winning or fast winning defensive end later on in the draft. And I'm just going to go and take the best cornerback on the board, which to me is Jimani McCoy, defensive back out of Tennessee. That's my guy. I take him, I plug and play him. I have him and Ravel on both sides. I've got Durant in the slot. Then I can bring back Bland later on in the season. I've got Hooker back there as a steady piece. Thompson as my safety. And then I'm hoping I can trade back, maybe get into the second round, maybe catch that amazing safety that was coached by Torian Gray down in South Carolina, Mr. Kilgore. If he's still sitting around the second round, I can go get him. But as of right now, I'm taking Jamani McCoy.
Okay. So they're gonna be calling our secondary the bad leg bunch at some point. Because everybody's got lower body injuries.
Hey man, you know what? The thing with medical science now, especially, you're gonna get the Siobhan Reveal that you were expecting to get. You're gonna get the Siobhan Reveal that you saw at ECU.
Mm-hmm.
Big, physical, dominating, come down, tackler. You're gonna get him. The reason I have no problem with McCoy will be 18. He's gonna be 18 months removed from that injury. He hurt
maybe
himself
beyond that.
Yeah, even further than that. But when he shows up in Dallas in April, at the end of the draft on that Saturday, he's gonna be fit. He's gonna be a good 15 months away. Then he's gonna go to minicamp, and then they're gonna be able to go ahead and work. So by the time he gets to the season, he's almost 2 years removed from that injury. He'll be back to being who he is, and I think he helps you by leaps and bounds in that area. I think with having Durant there, you get the chance to let Bland get his footses together, so he can come back and be a contributor and look good. So somebody can give me like a 4th rounder for him and take that contract along with him, and I'm good to go, man. I'm good to go.
Yeah. Jeff asked the question, what's the best available? According to ESPN, right now, the best available are Makai Lemon, Kenyon Sadiq, Jordan Tyson, Monroe Freeling, and McCoy, which was just taken.
Yeah. And
on
in
my
positions,
board, the best available would be, and I'll do this in order. Jermad McCoy, Makai Lemon, Vega Ioane, Kenya Sadiq, Dylan Thineman, and Akeem Mesidor. I think I named 5 players right there.
Okay.
Right.
That was in order.
Yeah.
Only one of them were a first-round graded player, in my opinion.
Right.
And that's McCoy, right? McCoy. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So the way the draft fell too, it fell in the way just us doing this on the fly, us just sitting here and talking through it. You are gonna get wiped out of those 5 guys, of at least my 5 guys. You're gonna get wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my 5th guy is probably not many people's 5th guy. Jeremiah Love makes you beautiful, but if you turn around and you're still in need of a pass rusher, and you'll be able to go get a pass rusher later on. But go ahead and help out your defensive coordinator by getting him another one of those pieces that he can work with.
And I'm inclined to agree with you, Chris. When Jermad McCoy was last on the field, he looks like he would be the best cornerback in this draft.
Absolutely.
So you can't go wrong there. Akeem Mesidor, I don't care if he would be the oldest person in this show right now. If he was a guest on this show, he improves your team today. Akeem Mesidor improves your team today, so I wouldn't be opposed to taking him. Dylan Thieneman. Here's the thing that I have to ask myself about him.
Okay.
Is the gap between Caleb Downs, Dylan Thieneman, and then who's my next greatest safety? Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Is the gap between those 3 guys so large that I would feel compelled to take Thieneman here at 12? And I don't think it is. Of course, the gap between Downs and Thieneman, that's one thing. But the gap between Thieneman and McNeil Warren is drastically smaller, in my opinion. So I think that I would feel inclined to just be a little patient with safety. I'd agree with Chris. I would take the last first round graded player because, like I said, I only have 13 first round graded guys. And
you had 14. You had 14 the other day.
Man, I reevaluated. Man, I reevaluated. Okay. I pushed Vega Ioane down to the top of the 2nd round.
This is when you have too much time on your hand, chat.
Possibly.
This is when the draft is like too far away, and you've been doing this for so long. Now we kicking people off. But okay, I'm with you, buddy.
Hey, man. But yeah, Chris, I agree with you. I would go with Jermad McCoy. It is kind of unfortunate that you get stuck with like guy who's rehabbing, from an injury still and stuff like that. But I think that it's been long enough, and we were able to get a little bit of relief at his pro day, seeing him move around a little comfortably in a straight line, not necessarily in routes and whatnot.
And it was still athletic at that. So it wasn't like
exactly. Listen. My thing is, the one thing that he has that you said was more than anything is time. There is time. From the time he hurt himself, had a full year to get back, could have came back and played last year, decided not to, and to get that time here to get fully 100% healthy. His 24 tape is absolutely amazing. He is everything you want: sticky, long, fast, physical, tracks the ball. He does everything you want. So I love that. And Dallas hasn't had a no-fly zone kind of secondary. Man, shoot. I don't even want to go back that far. Yeah, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what with Newman? Oh, with Newman and talking about with Newman and Henry?
No, I said 97.
Oh, you said 97. Okay, shoot. Oh man, 97. Okay, yeah. Dang, you going Deion and Kevin Smith?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah. Now that's a long time. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You get two long physical corners. You get a really good strong dude in the slot with Durant. Thompson is coming into himself, and it doesn't stop you from finding another safety later on, a young safety you can develop and get him there to be able to take the place of Hooker. And I just like it. I'm still searching with that 20th pick, or maybe if I can trade back to get that defensive end who can win fast on the end. But I'm going with him at 12.
So can I ask both of y'all this question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. So with the way that the draft fell, with the names of guys, that we have all mentioned that are still there.
Go ahead.
Y'all picking up the phone, or if the phone ring, are y'all answering it?
Absolutely.
If the draft fell this way, and there were 5 offensive players taken, still some very good defensive names left on the board. Would you move back, and how far would you consider moving back from 12?
You say, so you move. Oh, so you're not talking about trading up. You said moving back.
Yes. If the draft fell this way, picks 1 through 11.
Would I trade back?
Yes.
Not from 12, but I would trade back from 20. I want to go get a first. I want to get a first round graded player, not just a first round player because I drafted in there. I want a guy who has a valuable first round, fills a need that I have, a flashing light that I have, because I don't have a secondary. Like I said, I got 1.5 guys back there.
Absolutely.
So I go and get a flashing light taken care of, and there are still 4 defensive ends that I can get at 20, if not as late as 24, that I wouldn't have any problem with taking them and going from there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that I would go back as far as 17.
I was about to say about the same. Where does Miami pick? 18?
Miami picks at 30.
Oh, 30. Who has the Jets have a pick in the teams, right? Somebody has 2 picks.
The Jets have picked 16.
Okay.
And if things kind of fell this way, then the Jets will be looking for that receiver. The Jets will be looking for that receiver and possibly trying to jump over the Rams, who currently have their issues with Puka Nacua. You never know how that's going to go. Now, Puka probably going to get paid, but hey, he keeps saying the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
That's going to be a little crazy. So that could be in conversation for them. I think that Mekhi Lemon will be great for the Rams, by the way. He really does fit what McVay wants to do with the wide receiver.
Okay.
Then Baltimore, they've been looking for a top flight receiver for Lamar forever. And then so the Jets could possibly want to leapfrog both of those guys, who pick at pick 13 and 14 immediately behind Dallas. I would go back as far as 17 personally.
17. Yeah, so go to 17, and then what are you gonna pick up from 17? You gonna pick up what 30? You gonna pick up
if the Jets have pick 16,
Mhm.
I would want obviously pick 16, and then let's see what they got.
44, I believe. They got 32 and 44, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
want 32. I want 16 and 32.
I don't think they would do that for 4 spots, but
Yeah,
you
I
could
don't.
get 44 for sure.
Yeah, you would get 44 for sure. That would be
Mhm.
your pick back from Quentin Williams.
Okay.
Now because of need, you might be able to flex your muscles a
You
little bit and be like,
yeah,
hey,
maybe flex on them, right?
we could just take Jermon McCoy right here and then let the Rams and the Ravens pick the guy that you want.
Yeah, that's
You might be able to let
you
him
can
hang a
strong
little
arm
bit,
him. Yeah,
show
you
a
can.
little cojones. But I
Yeah.
think that the least that you can get is pick number 44. Get your Quentin Williams pick back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's
But
where I'm at too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But what B said right there is true, because they need a wide receiver, and those
Absolutely.
guys are going to go off the board right there in front of them. So you can you can't stick them up. I'd
Sure.
stick them up for 32.
So just to backtrack, at 12, are we all agreed it's McCoy if this happens?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Making
Yes, sir.
sure.
Yeah, we go with 12.
All right. So
Yeah.
we just talked about moving back. Great question, Chris. Moving up, that's kind of been the topic of discussion around draft boards. Everybody's saying we're trying to get the number 6, number 5. 2 questions. Do you think we move up? And if so, where's the stopping point? How far do you think we're moving?
I think one, if they move up, I am not a proponent of moving up. I have entirely too many holes on my football team for me to move up, and I'm going to miss out on too many dynamic players. That second pick kind of and man, that second pick is like the cherry inside of a great smoked old fashioned, man.
Yeah.
It just makes it beautiful, man. It christens the whole drink, man. And so I'm not willing to. I've only got 8 picks. I'm trying to get between 9 to 11 if at all possible. So I'm not in the group that wants to move up. But if I do move up, I'm probably going to go to 6. The way we looked at it, and we were just being logical, taking all of our feeling out of it. The guys that are going to fall in that range, the Downses, the Baines, even Bailey, if I even did Bailey, are going to be right in that wheelhouse right there. And if I'm going to go and help my defense, because I need to go get a defensive player that can erase some things that are happening on my defense, I need to be between 6 and pick between those 3 players, in my opinion.
When I look at the way we have the board up here in terms of the draft order, I think we got 1 through 8 pretty accurate. I would question who goes where, but I think the top 8, the way we have it, is pretty accurate about in terms of the players, but maybe not where. So I think if you can get up to 8, you have a chance to get Bailey, Bain, Styles, or Downs. I think one of those 4 will be there at 8.
You think Styles can fall as far as 8?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I only say that because not every team values. Not every team is going to see him like a inside outside guy.
Gotcha.
And some of these teams are going to value the tackle more. They talk about Bain, but some teams may see Bain as the best pass rusher in the draft, and they may take him over Styles. So I personally feel like he could go 3, but he could just as easily get swapped with Bailey at 8.
Gotcha.
Sure.
I got you. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I can see that happening.
So I think 8's kind of the sweet spot.
And so when I think about where would be the area, like the Cowboys obviously have intense needs of linebacker, like you talked about with Sonny Styles. That defensive back room, is poop from a butt. You know what I'm saying? So, if Caleb Downs falls to pick 5, they might be blowing the Giants' phone up because he can go at either 6 or 7, honestly. So yeah, 8 would probably be the very lowest that you can go down to, but I think that you can go as high as 5 if the Giants are receptive.
I mean, but my thing is that as much as you have to, the problem is I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up because anybody doesn't have another first round pick. I don't really want to deal with that. And I'm definitely not in the business of trading away any more future picks. I'm already in a position right now. If I'm looking at 27, I'm going to lose one of those first round picks because whichever was worse is going automatically to the Jets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I lose do I have a second in 27 or no?
I'm not quite sure.
No,
Yeah,
you lost it with the Quentin
Williams.
Williams.
Quentin Williams. So I don't have I've got one first. I don't have a second. And I need to be able to keep some of my picks so I can continue to build this thing, man. So that's why I'm not so much into the point of, oh, yes, I could go get Caleb Downs because he can do this. Oh, yes, I could go get Sonny Styles and be able to go do this. But I can also, because when you were talking about the strength of the draft, this draft gets stronger the longer it goes.
Yes.
You're gonna run into these linebackers that you've got some guys that we've talked about because we talk about you got Galladay, you've got Hill, you've got
Rodriguez if that's your
Rodriguez. Yeah, Rodriguez. You got the defensive tackles that they're gonna, you got the Banks, even though he's got a bad foot. You got the Lawrences, you got the Youngs, you got Falk, you got our Mason Thomas. You got a lot more going in the second and third round that you could turn around and they can plug in and they can contribute, that can help your team along the way. Our Cowboy team along the way, because even though everybody's want to say, well, you want to go get this more explosive player early, you're not one player away. You're really seven players away.
That gap between like pick 15 and then going all the way as far back as pick I'll say pick 60.
Yeah,
it's a lot to work with.
It's
a
loaded.
lot to work with.
And so for me to move up, man, I just negate me building this thing out. And even though say this is a win now window, every year is a win now window. Sure. But if you're able to get this defense from 52nd in the league to 22nd with Rain having another year, and you can go and healthy, and you're going to get Pickens back with a chip on his shoulder, and you can maybe later in the third or fourth round go get a running back, because there's going to be a productive running back there you can go pick up. You're going to definitely be able to push this offense to the next step.
Yeah. So 2 more questions. Is 1 hour 48. So I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. We talked about what team will possibly trade up with us. Kind of said maybe the Jets for their receiver. What team behind us would possibly kind of leapfrog over us to get a player?
Ooh, that's tough.
Not even a player that we want, but who's the team that's kind of behind us who may want to try to get into the top 10 to get a Bailey or a Fano or Tate or Love? Because we got Love at 11.
I could see once again. We pick at 12. Miami's a team that needs a receiver, but they have a second first round pick. You have a lot of these teams that don't. The Rams don't have a second first round pick. The Ravens don't. The Jets are in need of a receiver and could be fighting with them. So the same battle that we were talking about, where a team may want to move up to us, a team may want to move up to Miami, and go and get one of these receivers as well. Or you could be looking at one of these teams that might need a running back, like the Vikings, or did the Steelers sign a guy in the offseason? I'm not sure if they did. That could be one of those teams that
they did, but it doesn't stop you from getting Love. I just can't think of the name right now.
Yeah,
they signed Rico Dowdle.
Okay, cool. So
wow.
Anyway, so you could see one of those teams, possibly moving up and getting Jeremiah Love. Now that would be really high.
Yeah,
that would be a huge trade from 21. But I could see a team like we mentioned, the Rams, the Ravens, the Jets, or the Vikings moving up and getting one of those offensive players from the Dolphins. And the Dolphins,
if the Jets gave up 16 and 33, how far up do you think that gets them? They get them back in the top 10? 16 and 33? First pick in the second?
That would get them to 11.
Ooh, that get them 11.
That would get them to 11 for sure.
You talking about the Jets?
Yeah, the Jets.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, yeah. I mean,
but that would get them to 11 for sure.
That definitely get them to 11. But that would just be so that. But see, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't even if you're smart, you didn't even have to do that. You could just trade back and go from 16 to 12. You know.
Well, at that point, you're kind of splitting hairs right there because you're talking about the Dolphins and you're talking about the Cowboys. They pick one right after each other. Now, of course, me being a Cowboys fan, I would want them to do that at 12.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But you know, if the bidding gets too high, you know, between these other teams that need a receiver in front of them, then they may just decide, hey, let's call before they even get the idea. One pick before that.
Yep, they could do that. Yeah, and just pick back to back. Just go 11 and 12. Well, I could see that happening. But they're going but that's it. But that's what I'm saying. If Love is coming down the board like that, then because one of the wide receivers is hurt, I can see them. They could that is kind of intriguing. If anything, that's what nobody's talking about is the trade back.
I believe the fit for the Rams with Mekhi Lemon is match made in heaven. You know, I think that Mekhi Lemon is one of the receivers that really fits that archetype of what Sean McVay looks for.
But they don't trade up to get that though.
Yeah, they have to trade up.
Possibly not. Like if Miami now Miami would realistically be the team that you're fighting. You know, I went with the best player on the board. They may go for the greatest need. And I totally understand that if they do. So you could be looking at somebody trading with 10.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you took Jeremiah, you took Love at 11. Yes. I don't see Love going. I see them taking a wide receiver at 11, and then Love is sitting you dead in your face. And
so what do you do at that point? You set it up, Chris. You set it up, Chris. Are you making your offense better and you just gonna score 41 points a game?
Hey, no,
or
bro.
Are you trying to help the weak area?
Listen, bro. I'm knocking myself over to get to the podium and get Jeremiah Love. Okay, and then at 20, I'm gonna go make it do what it does. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and there's gonna be a defensive end there. I'm gonna find a guy there, but I'm gonna go to you said it in the round table when you were at Skywalker still. Jeff Kavanaugh gave it to me. I'm a PTB2, hand that ball off to Jeremiah Love, and we're gonna go score 40. Now we gonna give up 28, but I'm gonna go score 40. Because I think Parker's going to be able to put enough together that we'll be able to be from the 59th worst defense in the football to be right around 27.
Okay.
We'll be around 27. Because the guy on that same panel said it's historically hard, damn near impossible to have the worst defense 2 years back to back.
Yeah,
that's what a friend of mine said. So I think if Parker's going to help me go from 59 to 27, Jeremiah Love's going to take me from 15 to top 5 offense in all of football.
You're probably not wrong with that.
Let me ask this question, and then we got one more. We'll close it out. This is a player question. How do you guys feel about Avion Terrell and Chris Johnson? I've seen both of them starting to get some love as mid to late first round guys.
I wouldn't pick one of those guys in the first round. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
You don't like either one of them, B?
I like them, just not in the first round.
Wait a minute, hold on. At 22, you wouldn't take Chris Johnson or Avion Terrell?
No.
27.
No. You can go all the way down to 32. No.
So you're basically saying they're not second round players?
They are second round players, but
so if
hold on.
B has the message.
Let me
like
count.
True second round players.
Yeah, let me count. Ahead of them, I have, and I'll even say ahead of Avion Terrell because I have more in front of Chris Johnson. I got 10 players in the second round ahead of Avion Terrell.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So he's a true second rounder.
Yeah.
Chris Johnson as well.
Chris Johnson's
a third.
No. Chris Johnson's also a second round player. Okay. I have 17 players in the first round ahead of Chris Johnson.
Okay.
All right.
I agree with Chris Johnson. I like Terrell more than you.
Yeah.
In the area,
I'm a Clemson fan, so I'm biased.
Picking Avion Terrell, I would look at Colton Hood.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Is it because he's
I think
a pure slot?
yes. And also what Colton Hood gives you in the press. Man, Colton Hood is extremely good in the press. I think better so than Avion Terrell by a noticeable margin.
I couldn't argue with that.
No, I ain't gonna fight you on that too much. I give you that one. Usually I have an argument for you, but no, I got
I think Terrell's a better player still, but I
Yeah.
can't argue with that. I can't argue with that though.
Yeah. Okay. What's the last one, Bluff? What you got for us, buddy?
This is not a draft question, but
Okay.
it's been a lot of talk in Cowboys Nation, but there's been no talk about George Pickens. This was the question I had on the last show. What do you guys think? What do you guys think this silence means? Like, is nobody interested in him?
I'll put it to you this way.
Okay.
I think what his number and his value is it's already been determined. It's not 28 million, but it's not 37 where B wants to give it to him. Okay. Up to. But because the Cowboys have maneuvered this thing to the point of making his agent go out and find a deal, and it's not to the number that his agent likes.
Yeah.
The silence is we're going to have to play out on this tag. We're going to play out on this tag. And it's not what George wants. It's not what George wants to do, but it's going to get him 28 million this year. And then you turn around the next year. I think the tag goes up to, I want to say 30. Does it go to 30 the next year?
I believe so.
No, it'll be higher than that because
because somebody else gonna get paid.
Yeah, two more people gonna get paid.
No,
okay. It'll be the average of the 5 largest contracts.
Okay. So let's say
we'll probably have 3 over 40 by the end of the year.
Okay. So if you do that, if you do that, then let's say it maybe goes to 33.
33,
and you can tag him again, and he'll be able to get all his money up front. Okay. He'll still be relatively young because by that time he'll be 26 going to 27.
Yeah.
And then the Cowboys will go ahead and have moved on from him. I don't think the Cowboys are going to sign a long-term deal because of his agent. I don't think they want to deal with and not that his agent's a bad agent. And I've said this before on many shows. His agent ain't got no chill when it's his guy. He blows this thing way out of proportion. He's going to go 10 to 15% over the top guy. So he's going to take JSN's number, which is 42 million. Not that it's like if JSN's number this year is really 2 warm Gatorades and a used Gatorade towel.
Yeah, this year's only making $5 million.
There you go. But he's going to push it to the point where the 42 million is go over 10 to 15% and say, my guy is that good, pay him that much. And Jerry and Steven are like, no, I'm not going to do it. So the silence is that we're going to have 2 more years of great play from George Pickens, and then he's going to go play somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
I think that a lot of times the Cowboys try to use selective silence. Like, do you remember during the owners meeting where Stephen Jones talked about, we're not going to really talk about Pickens right now and stuff like that. But then, just the other day he said, well, we haven't gotten any calls, for trades for George Pickens, as a way to put that out there into the ether, and use it to his advantage. I think that while they've asked David Mulugeta to go out there and find a trade partner, they're rubbing their hands like Birdman with the fact that he hasn't been able to find anyone that has been willing to pay that price of 2 first-round picks,
or just come back with a number. That's the issue. All they want is him to go find a deal.
Sure.
Go find a deal, and nobody's paying over that number. And the Cowboys are saying 28 million is the floor. It's the floor.
Yeah.
You go find me something. If you find me something now, me personally, I don't believe he should get paid more than CD. You know what I'm saying? But the
nature of the game.
The nature of the game. Go find a deal. And because no one is giving Mulugeta a deal that he likes, that's why he's gonna play this. That's why it's gonna go like this.
Yeah.
He definitely does like to go out and get anywhere from 10 to 15% more than the previous guy. It just so happens that his previous guy was also JSN.
Yeah.
So he could be 12% if you just want to split hairs between
Go
10
ahead.
and 15. 12% would get you at $47 million a year. I don't think that any team is out there realistically paying any attention to that. So price could definitely have a huge factor. Now this could benefit Dallas. This could benefit Dallas and drive the price down a little bit.
I don't think it's just driving the price down. There's just a point where you're going to stop because he's not better than your number one guy there.
Sure.
And I know you don't. CD has said all the right things, but once you give George 37, CD coming back saying, "What are you talking about? For the last 4 years, all I've done is gotten better and better and better and better. My numbers have been amazing the last 4 years. You're gonna have to come back to the table with me." And that just opens up a whole Pandora that I don't even have to deal with. I keep George here at 28.
You probably do that next year regardless, by the way.
What?
Go back. CD might come back to the table regardless because after this season, he only has 2 years left on his contract.
I mean, I would start. I would definitely start.
When I look at the situation, like I agree with what you said in terms of the whole CD thing, but also on top of that, Pickens had a great year, but it's only 1 year. Lamb's giving you consistency. Jackson Smith and Jigba's giving you consistency. All these other guys are giving you 2, 3, 4 consistently good years.
Right.
So you can't come in and say, I want to leapfrog everybody else because I had one great year and then I make a bunch of excuses for the last 3.
Sure.
Gotcha.
So personally, I think his best move would be to just sit here, be the model citizen, put together a second year, and then next year you said your floor is 33, but now I've got 2 years to compare to Jamar Chase at 40.
Yes, sir.
And his 2 years could possibly be better than Jamar Chase.
Okay. You know what? I like the way you think about that, Bluff. You're right. I've been a model citizen 2 years in a row.
Right.
You know, I show up. I don't get caught in Vegas at the casino showing up late. I got 2 years. I've been uber productive. I've been that great citizen. Now what's your excuse? There is no excuse.
None.
Go ahead and pay him. Go ahead and pay him. But it goes back to my adage, Bluff. I'm not in the business of paying $60 million to ball dependent people. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem. I'm probably going to have to change my view on that, especially if he gives me 2 great years. But then again, the Cowboys may say, put him on the tag again and go draft his replacement. Yeah. That would be the smart football decision to do. To do that. That would be the move I would make.
Sure.
Now, the other thing is I can't see his value off 1 year going from being a 3rd round pick to 2 first. There's no metric you can put out there to say he's worth 2 first when just last year, this same time, he was a 3rd round pick.
And he was getting cut.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because today's price is not yesterday's price.
But is it 2 first?
Could be.
Price, though?
Could be.
Nah.
Now next year we can possibly make that argument. But this year I can't see you going from a 3rd round pick to being worth 2 first after 1 season.
You talking about if I was Pickens' agent, I would be like you talking about the old days. And Chris, what am I gonna say next? The thing about the old days,
about those old days,
is they the old
days. But see, B always trying. Hey man, B loves that because it rings true. Right? But I'm like Slim Charles. I'm putting the gun to your head and blowing your head out because I'm doing that for Proposition Joe. You're wrong because you can't do that, and you got to be able to keep the co-op together. And the co-op right now is overpriced. It's overpriced right now, man.
Sure.
So I gotta go find another guy to help me with the co-op.
So Jeff asked the question, then we'll get out of here. Would you take $32 million if you were Pickens? If it was me, no.
Absolutely.
I'm betting on myself. I got a top 5 quarterback and a top 3 offense. And even if I'm the second guy, I'm still getting 130 targets.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I'm going to wait, and there's at least a $36 million contract next year for me somewhere, even if it's not in Dallas.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. It's somewhere somebody going to give you that.
If he has 2 good years, somebody will give up 2 firsts.
Somebody,
the first and a second at least.
Yeah, I see, and that I think that's when it. But the problem is because he'll be to the point where the Cowboys will tag him again, and will the Cowboys do a first and a second? Somebody will give up a first and a second for him
next year. Yeah,
next year.
If
ain't nobody giving up. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever gonna give up 2 firsts for him. I don't think anybody
that's
ever
gonna be a little
tough. That's gonna, but a first and a second, they'll definitely do that.
We brought up earlier in the show the Jets may be dumb enough to do it. That's the only team because they got 2 firsts next year, right? From the,
they got no, they got their first. They got their first
and the coach first.
And they got
no, they got
the Cowboys first. The Cowboys
they got
first.
The Cowboys first.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, they got the Cowboys first. So if they willing to do it, I mean, if they can't find a guy this year that they feel comfortable with and taking them up there, okay, just give us the first back that you know you're gonna give, that you're gonna be between which was the worst of the 2 draft picks. But my whole thing is this has been the best way they've handled anybody negotiation wise in a long, long time. Haven't drugged their name through the mud, hasn't tried to make them like they were malcontent. Hey, listen, make them go find a deal.
Yeah.
But and being that he was in the position he was at coming from Pittsburgh, it's really a slap back in their face because honestly, they should have signed the extension before he came. Because what you should have did is say, hey, George, listen, we're going to come get you. All right? But we want you to sign this deal. Hey, I want to better myself. No problem, George. Go let them go do what you got to do. Go find it out there somewhere else. See what I'm saying? Because we brought him into the best situation possible. We, like you said, we brought him with a top 5 quarterback. Yeah. And Rainey's been able to make people look great.
That's right.
If he'd have went somewhere else, he would have been really. That was the really bet on yourself. Go out somewhere else.
Yeah,
you weren't betting on yourself coming here. You already had an established one. You were coming to be the number 2 or be the one of one. So it made it easier for you. Sure. I just think the Cowboys should have stood fast and went ahead and signed the deal before he got here. Because if not, they were going to cut him anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I see we got Jack Meeker joining us late. Another long time follower. Appreciate you tuning in.
What's up, Jack?
So normally I do an hour show, but conversation was so good we doubled. But it was great conversation. The views stay consistent,
no doubt.
So shouts out to everybody who was watching. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Before we get out of here, let the people know where they can find you at, when they can find you at, and what you got coming up.
And we are Frankly Football. Me and Brandon. You can find us at Frankly Football on YouTube. Find us at Frankly Football on Twitter. We try to get out here 3 times a week. Definitely going to be able to do that. Next time you'll be able to catch us will probably be next week when we'll be doing our first and only mock draft. Just like you, Bluff, we're gonna do one. We're gonna do all 7 rounds for the Cowboys. We probably gonna fight, because B want to do some elaborate trade scheme, backdoor Ponzi scheme, and get about 12 picks. And I'm like, B, that ain't gonna happen. It can happen, B. I mean, but it can happen. Yeah. And that's what's gonna happen there. But you can always find us there, man. We love football. We have a couple different models that we believe and hold to be true. Coaching matters. Teams suck at drafting, and the Cowboys are the greatest football team in the NFL. That's where we're at, man. I always say, man, we're like the 2 guys. We're the 2 guys that are at the rib shop. B's in the back cooking. I'm the guy up front negotiating, and you can't get 15 cents get some soda in your hand for 15 cents a cup. I'm gonna get you up out the store, but that's what we do, and that's how we get down. Thank you, Bluff, man, for kicking it. For just being a great dude, man. We always love having an opportunity to sit down and talk to you. We follow your content, man. You're doing a great job on with the 5th Quarter podcast, as well as the DC4L family, man. We definitely gonna make sure you get over there and log in and kick it with the family over there.
Yeah, appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Definitely was a great show. Always a huge supporter of you guys as well. Love following your content.
Thank you.
So I'm just like them. You guys can find me every Wednesday night, 8:30 Central Standard Time.
No doubt.
I will be doing my one and only mock draft next week. So I'll do one draft where I go with what I would do. Then I do one with what I think the Cowboys would do. And then I try to compare them. And then we'll roll into Thursday night for the first round of the draft. So we got a lot of content coming up. Got some post-draft shows.
Yes,
We
though.
hit that second wave of free agency, so
Yes,
we'll have
sir.
free agency talk as well.
That's right.
Undrafted free agency as well as NFL free agency. So
Yep.
we got a lot of football to still talk about on
That's
both
true.
shows. Make sure you sub these guys. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you follow us as well. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.